The world is not ready for the duo of Faye and Cubarsi. I said this back on March 13th, 2024. There were a lot of question marks regarding this statement because I was claiming that two center backs who are under the age of 20 years old are going to be the future of Barcelona's defense. And so today, I do want to take the opportunity to talk about Mikayil Faye, because let me tell you, the type of goal that Faye scored about 48 hours ago was so impressive. Now the world knows why Mikayil Faye will be somebody special in the future. So, back on March 22nd, it was reported that Faye was going to be called up to the Senegal national team. He has also been waiting for the call-up from Xavi Hernandez to go into the first team. But for us to see that he was going to the Senegal national team, it was huge news. And then we saw on that day, Mikayil Faye start for the Senegal national team. It was huge news. And on that match, he was able to score a wonder goal, an amazing goal, a goal that you don't expect from any regular center back. He scored a long-range goal from like 10 feet outside the box. It was insane. This is the type of shot that he does try at least once every game with FC Barcelona. And what's so surprising is that Rafa Marquez actually does not even like this. Like, he does not like seeing Mikayil Faye attempt these type of long-range shots. Mainly because, you know, at Barcelona, when you are a center back, you're not allowed to make such risks. You're only allowed to pass the ball from the right side to the left side. Or if you see a player that is open in the midfield, you pass it to that player. But to take long shots like this, it was never really welcomed at Barcelona. But as you can see here, Mikayil Faye is almost acting like a rebel. He wants to do his own thing and showcase what he's really good at. And on this night, he showcased his talents. Also, at Barcelona B, he has been so good at taking shots that he has been assigned to take the free kicks. And Rafa Marquez gave him the opportunity to do this because he's really good at it. So as you can see, the whole theme of Mikayil Faye's game is he's a technical monster. And that's not normal for a center back. If you are good at taking free kicks, if you're a great ball distributor and you're great at becoming a long-range shooter, you're not going to be seen as a normal center back at Barcelona. And let me tell you, in the first team of Barcelona, the qualities that Mikayil Faye does carry, we do lack that a lot, which makes Faye much more demanding. Like, who do you know right now in the first team of Barcelona that is great at taking free kicks? Like, who? The last time we scored a free kick was back in 2022 with Ferran Torres. Like, we don't really have great free kick takers. Mikayil Faye can be that center back that can score free kicks for us. Also, who do you know right now that knows how to take long-range shots from outside the box? Maybe Fermin Lopez, maybe Gundogan, maybe even Lewandowski, but definitely not a single center back. And that can be considered as another weapon for Xavi's Barcelona in the future. So it's huge news on the type of player Barcelona have on their hands. And because I do have new viewers coming in every video and in every month and in every day, I also want to remind everybody here who Mikayil Faye is, because he is not a La Masia player. Barcelona paid 1.5 million euros back on July 1st, 2023 to bring him to Barcelona Athletic. He did come from the Croatian league. They signed him on a 4-year deal and then he went on to join Rafa Marquez. Rafa Marquez even understood that he needed to teach Mikayil Faye a lot and to nurture him, have him become a great center back, which was something that Rafa Marquez also did for Barcelona when he played. He was one of the greatest center backs in Barcelona's history. So it only made sense for him to go into Barcelona Athletic and be taught by Rafa Marquez. And through the season so far, he has scored 3 goals with Barcelona Athletic and has 1 goal now under the senior Senegal national team. And so in the way that things are going, I know that many have been wanting to see Faye in the first team, but I am okay with him going through La Masia first, right? Being taught under Rafa Marquez, because usually the future of La Masia players can become very harsh. Like, yes, we have the examples of Xavi, Balde, Cubarsi, Lamine Yamal coming from La Masia at an early age and making it very big in the first team, but also you have other cases like maybe Bojan. Bojan came from La Masia, went into the first team, and many people forgot about Bojan 2 to 3 years later. He never really made it. There's been multiple examples of many La Masia players going into the first team and just never making it in the long run. It's important for Faye to know the basics, the foundation of what is required from a Barcelona defender. Now, again, I do think that we have an anomaly here because he likes to do his own thing sometimes, and that could really work for the club. Also, we have heard that Jules Kounde really does admire Mikayil Faye, and he also said that Faye has a bright future. And I believe that Kounde is admiring Mikayil Faye for a reason. It's because he's a center back that knows how to attack, very similar to how Kounde plays his game right now. He is a center back that definitely knows how to attack. As a matter of fact, he's so good that he plays as a right back officially. He knows how to score, he knows how to create chances, he knows how to provide assists, and he knows how to make overlapping runs. Everything that he does is well timed. And I believe with Kounde admiring Faye, that's a great sign. And I'm pretty sure Faye takes inspiration from him. Now, like I have said, we all wanted to see Faye Faye in the first team at this point, but with the emergence of Pau Cubarsi, another recent emerging talent, this is what mainly did not allow for Faye to go into the first team, because I remember back in the preseason, many were talking about how Faye was going to go into the first team because Barcelona's defensive options were not enough. Kounde was in bad form, maybe Nico Martinez could get injured, Christensen was also one of our center backs and maybe he could have gotten injured, and we're like, okay, Mikayil Faye can be the fourth or fifth option, but Pau Cubarsi came in, convinced Xavi, and now he's a starter for Barcelona in the Champions League and also in La Liga games, and I don't blame him because Cubarsi has been phenomenal for Barcelona. Very composed, sharp passes, great on 1v1 duels. How do you beat somebody like him at the age of 16, 17 years old? Also keep in mind that Inigo Martinez has been overall healthy, and Araujo also plays sometimes in the left center back spot, which did not allow for Faye to see any minutes in the first team this season. But Barcelona do bet on the player because, like for example, back in January, there was a club, which I believe was RC Lens, that wanted Mikayil Faye on a loan deal with a purchase option, but Barcelona rejected this offer because they know that eventually he was going to become a first team player, and maybe even yes, that there is a chance he can go into the first team this season. There's always that chance, and that is why they rejected this offer. It says here, according to Fabrizio Romano, that RC Lens have submitted a formal bid for Barcelona for the talented 2004 born defender Mikayil Faye. It was a loan with an obligation to buy of around 8 to 9 million euros. And remember, Barcelona bought him for 1.5. So to potentially sell him for 9 million euros or maybe even more, it would be a huge profit. But Barcelona rejected. They have faith in this center back. And let me tell you guys are not ready for what Mikayil Faye is going to bring in the future. The only thing that the club has to do with Deco, with Xavi, and with everybody else running the sporting department is to nurture the player correctly and to take care of him. He is a sensational center back that is going to be having great goal scoring abilities. And let me tell you guys another thing, because I know that this is going to rub some people the wrong way, but I just have to say it. In the way that Faye is transforming his game, seeing how he's so good at scoring goals, something that not even Cubarsi or Araujo is good at. I want to compare Cubarsi with Sergio Ramos. Yes, you guys heard that right. I want to compare Mikayil Faye with Sergio Ramos, and maybe even I would say a little bit of Kounde, because Sergio Ramos in his prime was great at free kicks. In his prime, he was great at headers, and that is why he scored a lot of goals. I think that his goal scoring stats was around 126 goals that were scored by him. That's a lot for a center back, and that is because, again, Ramos was good at free kicks, headers. Sometimes he took long range shots, and Faye is the exact same thing. Now we can compare him to maybe Gerard Pique, which yes, I can agree with you, but Ramos was also very good on 1v1s and sometimes gave in on 1v1s. Like, he was never very hesitant on whether he should go on a 1v1 defensive duel. Faye carries the exact same thing, and maybe that could be a weak point for Faye because he's so young and he's trying to do this at such a young age. It's his discipline, because sometimes he does give in too early and he leaves spaces behind him that allows for another attacker to go into. Sergio Ramos was allowed to do this because he knew and he made sure that if he was going to step in to defend, he made sure to take the ball away, which is why he ended up being such a dirty player, because he gave in but with a lot of aggression. Faye will need to do the exact same thing, because when I see Faye step in and try to take the ball away from a attacker, he needs to go in with a lot of aggression, because sometimes he does not do that. And I do believe that once he does that and he does not become too hesitant, he would resemble Sergio Ramos even more. So in the end, Barcelona's defense is in safe hands. As of now, at the moment that I am recording this video, we can create a back line that does consist of purely La Masia players, like with Hector Fort going on the right back position, Balde left back position, Faye and Cubarsi as our center back duo. Now remember, like I said, Faye is not really a La Masia player. He came in at the age of 19 years old, which was last year, but still overall, this is mainly built around La Masia. And that's really special because you can't go to any other club and say, give me all your academy players and put in a starting 11 for the first team tomorrow. Barcelona can do that. So in this current season, I don't see him having any game time in the first team. The only reason why Lamine Yamal even played last season in the first team was because the league was already wrapped up. I don't see Barcelona wrapping up La Liga a month before it does end. We're gonna have to fight until the very end to get into the first place spot, because that is one of the objectives. And the only way I could see Faye get some minutes is if there is an injury crisis in the back back line, which I pray does not happen, which makes me believe that next season he will be fully implemented. I do believe that Barcelona would also sell a lot of defenders, which is going to be a whole other separate conversation, and I'm going to be making a video on that regarding who Barcelona is going to be selling. And Faye can be introduced into the starting 11 with a defense like this: Kounde on the right back position with Araujo and Faye center back pairing, and Cancelo on the left back position. Or if we want to give Araujo some rest, we can have Kounde, Cubarsi, Faye, Cancelo. So we have Cubarsi and Faye as our center back pairing. Or if you want to give Cancelo some rest, or if he's ever injured, you can have Kounde, Cubarsi, Araujo, and Faye as a left back. Also, I would like to call out that with the emergence of Cubarsi and Faye, it's going to be saving Barcelona so much more money because we don't have to spend our funds or our wages on a high profile center back in Europe. Barcelona's defensive line is fully secured, and we can use those funds and move it to, like I've always said, either a left winger that is world class or a central defensive midfielder that is also world class. In my opinion, it should be Zubimendi and Nico Williams. So I'm very happy in the position that Barcelona is in. I'm also happy for Mikayil Faye and his future, and I hope that one day we get to see Cubarsi and Faye play together, because those two together can give a lot to Xavi's Barcelona. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.